Stardew Valley is an open-ended life sim where you're dropped into a farm and left to choose your own adventure. But with so many options, it's easy to feel lost at the start. So in this video, I'll walk you through a spoiler-free beginner's guide to Stardew Valley in 2025. Perfect if you're just starting out and want a solid foundation without ruining the magic. And before we dive in, if you love cozy games like this, please hit that like and subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subs by the end of the year, and if I don't, Marnie will take all of my farm animals, so please don't let that happen. The first step is to start a brand new farm. When you do, you'll be greeted with the character creation and farm selection menu. You choose your character's name, your farm's name, and just a quick heads up for this part, just write the name of the farm you want, don't add farm afterwards, since that's added automatically. Then customize your character and choose the type of pet you want. After that follows the most important thing here, which is to choose the farm type that you would like to play on. Every farm type has a different layout and attributes that make some of the maps harder than the others. For beginner players, I would highly suggest either the standard farm, the forest farm, or the meadowlands farm. The standard farm has the biggest farmable area, so it's perfect for beginners. The forest farm doesn't have that much farmable area like the standard farm, but it has a few renewable hardwood stumps and the chance for forageable items to spawn on the grass on the farm. And the last one is the meadowlands farm, which starts you off with a coop and 2 chickens. Even though the farmable area is a bit smaller here, the early game start with a coop will save you a lot of resources, which is a great thing. All of the other farms are quite harder for beginner players, so I wouldn't really recommend them, especially the beach farm. That one doesn't allow you to place sprinklers on the ground except for a small area on the left, and the trade-off here is that you can fish a lot of ocean fish from the farm. After you decide on the farm, you can also check the advanced options that you can fiddle around with. You can remix bundles, mine rewards, and even choose a world seed that you can use. But I suggest leaving these as they are for the most basic and authentic Stardew Valley experience. And with that, you just press play and you can start your journey in Stardew Valley. Now that you made your first step into the game, my first suggestion is to open up the pause menu and go into the settings. Here we will have to turn on a few things that will really make your life easier on the farm. One quite important option is to turn on the always show the toolkit location. This will save you a lot of wasted energy when doing basic tasks around the farm. And further down there will be a zoom buttons option as well, which when turned on will add 2 buttons under the gold counter, which you can use to zoom in and out of the game. Scrolling further down you can see the controls, and you can also set them to buttons that you like. When you open up the pause menu, you're met with a lot of tabs. The first one is the inventory tab. This tab has your inventory, your character equipment, and the information about the farm, your earnings and more. You can use tab to shift your inventory tabs, so when you're moving around, you can quickly find the item you're looking for. For the second tab, it's your skill tab. Here you can see the status of all of your skills, the levels, and the perks you've chosen for, the level of your house, and also the mastery system that's unlocked further down the road. On every 5th level of your skill, you can choose a perk, which can give you bonuses depending on the perk chosen. Don't worry, if you want to change your perks, you can do that further along when you unlock certain areas of the game. In the third tab, you can see your status with the villagers, so basically it keeps track of your relationships with the villagers, how many gifts you're giving them for the week, and if you've talked to them or not. The fourth tab is the map, which you can also open on M. The fifth tab is your crafting menu. Here you can use this to craft items that you can use on the farm, from artisan equipment to basic decorations. The sixth tab is your tab for the animals on the farm. You can use this tab to track your status with the animals, so basically your relationship with them. The seventh tab is your special powers tab. Here you will be able to see all of your special items, which can be either powers, skill books, or even key items that can help you out in your playthrough. And last but not least, the A tab, which is your collection tab. Here you can keep track of items that you've shipped, items for the museum collection, and even secret notes and more. All of these are important for the 100% completion, so it's really good to know where you can find them. After setting all that up, you're free to explore the world. Depending on which farm you start on, you're either given a few parsnips to plant or some hay for the chickens. But either way, it's a good start. The house has the bed, where you will need to sleep in order to save the game and progress to the next day. And the TV, which will be your best friend. You can use the TV to check tomorrow's weather, your luck for the day, and on certain days there are channels with some tips on farming and even cooking, which will teach you various cooking recipes. So don't forget to check it out every single day when you start. The weather is also important, since on the rainy days you won't have to water the crops and you can use that energy elsewhere. The day starts at 6 AM and ends at 2 AM, which if you're not into bed by then, you'll pass out. When you go out, you will be met by this mess of a farm. Here you can plant and decorate however you want, but before you do that, you'll first need to clear it. You start with a few tools. The axe, which is used for chopping down wood or trees, the pickaxe for crushing stone, and the scythe for cutting grass and fiber weeds. The fiber weeds are the little green sprites that block you, while the grass are the high patches of tall grass that you can walk through. The hoe is then used to hoe the land for planting, and after planting the seeds, you can just water it with a watering can. If you run out of water, you can just use the watering can on a nearby pond to fill up the watering can. But using all of those tools will drain your energy. The energy bar is your limiter in Stardew Valley. Most actions you do deplete energy, so you have to be careful on how you use your tools. The only ones that don't do that are the scythe and the weapons. As you're getting lower on energy, you start getting notifications for it before you hit the exhausted state. If you do this, you'll be slower, and when you go to bed, you will start your next day with half an energy bar. So you should try to definitely avoid reaching this state. If you continue using your tools even though you're exhausted, you will faint and end your day. Being out of energy at the start doesn't mean you don't have anything else to do. There are many other things like going around the town and interacting with the villagers, using the scythe around the valley for some fiber and mixed seeds, and foraging around the valley for an extra source of income. And now for the world of Stardew Valley. It might seem small at first, but it's packed with useful spots and it's quite big when you're just starting out. We're gonna start with Pierre's General Store. This will be your go-to place for seeds and it's right in the middle of town. Outside of the shop, make sure to check the calendar next to the door. It shows birthdays and festivals. This is important since giving someone a gift on their birthday gives you a big friendship boost, and during festivals some of the areas are locked, so it's good to plan ahead. Next up is the saloon run by Gus. It's open late and you can grab a quick bite for energy and even the occasional buff food if he sells it. This is the best place to catch up with the villagers in the evening. They all love to hang out here after 5 PM. There is also an arcade area where you can play games inside Stardew. The next one that we have is the blacksmith Clint. You'll need him to upgrade your tools and crack open geodes. Bring your bars and gold. He doesn't work for free, sadly. Right across from Clint is the museum. Here you will donate all of the cool stuff you dig up or find in geodes. You won't get gold for donating, but you will get some great rewards, like seeds, furniture, and even some key items. Up north in the mountains you'll find Robin the Carpenter. She's your go-to for building barns, coops, and house upgrades. You can also buy items from here, especially wood and stone mostly, if you're short on time, or lazy like me. And below your farm is the Cindersap Forest. This zone is the home of the wizard, which will be your go-to guy for everything magical in Stardew. And also Marnie's Ranch, where you will buy animals and equipment for them, if only Marnie decided to work that day. Heading down from the town will lead you to the beach, and here you can visit Willy's fish shop. On day 2, you will get a letter from him, and by going to the beach, he will give you your first fishing rod. To fish, you just drop the line in a body of water and wait for the fish to bite. If the fish bites, you have your first meeting with Stardew Valley's fishing minigame, which at some points will be nerve-wracking. But don't worry, even to this day, even I have some bad moments when fishing. Willy will also sell bait and new fishing rods as you level up your fishing skill. No matter how frustrating it can be, fishing is an awesome early money maker, so don't sleep on it. On the beach you can also rebuild this little bridge for 300 pieces of wood to get access to the beach tide pools, which offer good forageable items. There are also a few merchants which appear only on certain days, and those are the Traveling Merchant, which appears in the Cindersap Forest every Friday and Sunday, and the Bookseller, which appears only twice in a season. You can see all of those dates on the calendar, so do check that out. Then there's Joja Mart. We don't speak about Joja. Nah, just kidding, like, you can either work with them for town upgrades or take the cozier route and fix up the community center. I always go with the community center since I don't sell my soul to Joja, and it's a more interesting route. And speaking about the community center, you unlock it after the 5th of spring. You just need to enter the town from the bus stop between 8 AM and 1 PM to trigger the cutscene with Mayor Lewis, which will let you inside the community center. But you're not done with that. You will need to interact with a glowing board inside one of the rooms, for which the following morning you will get a letter from the local wizard to visit him in order to progress with the story. I won't spoil it, but it's a really fun little quest chain. The community center is the lifeblood of the valley, and you will need to gather items needed to complete different bundles inside. By completing the bundles, you unlock different rewards, and those are mentioned in the bundles themselves. There are also the mines, which are unlocked after the 5th of spring, and are an important source of materials for crafting. You should always go there on rainy days or when you don't have anything else planned in order to get further down into the mines and unlock greater rewards. After the mines unlock, you also get entry to the Adventurers Guild, which you can use to buy gear and also complete Monster Slayer achievements for better weapons, so try to visit them whenever you can. There are a few other areas in the game, but those you will unlock as you play, and I won't cover them since you have to find about those yourself while progressing with the story. I want to leave this guide as beginner friendly as we can and making it as spoiler free as we can, so I hope it helped. And with that, we end our beginner's guide to Stardew Valley 1.6 in 2025. Don't worry about playing right, just play the game like you want to, and have fun. And what's your favorite farm layout? Or what confused you the most when you started playing? Let me know down below. If this video helped you out, hit that like button and subscribe to help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. But till then, stay safe.